Hello, listeners. Welcome to the very first episode of the English Exchange Podcast. Have you ever tried to speak English, but suddenly your brain freezes, your tongue feels heavy, and you forget even the simplest words? Don't worry, you are not alone. Today, we're going to break those fears one sentence at a time.
Yes, and we promise, by the end of this episode, you'll not only learn useful English expressions, but also laugh, practice, and feel motivated. So, grab your headphones, relax, and let's dive into today's conversation.
So, Rupa, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the very first time you tried to speak English with a stranger?
Oh my God. Yes, it was embarrassing. I was at a shop and I wanted to say, "How much is this pen?" But instead I said something like, "How many price pen?" The shopkeeper just stared at me.
That's actually very common. Many learners directly translate from their native language, and the sentence sounds funny or confusing in English.
Exactly. And in that moment, I felt like running away. But you know what? That was the first step. Mistakes are the beginning of learning.
Absolutely. In fact, today's episode is all about overcoming the fear of speaking English, because without speaking, no one can improve.
Let's start with a question for our listeners. Why do you think people are afraid of speaking English?
Good point. The number one reason is fear of making mistakes. People think, if I say something wrong, others will laugh at me. But in reality, nobody cares as much as we imagine.
Yes. Think about it. When a foreigner tries to speak Bengali, do we laugh at them? No, we actually appreciate their effort. It's the same with English.
Exactly. The second reason is lack of practice. Many learners only study grammar from books, but never use English in real conversations.
True. You know, I studied English for years in school. I memorized grammar rules, wrote essays, passed exams. But when it came to speaking, my mind went blank.
That's the story of millions. And the third reason is negative self-talk. People say to themselves, "I'm not good enough, my English is bad," and this kills confidence.
Okay, Shamim, let's not just talk about problems. Let's give our listeners some solutions. What's the first step to overcome this fear?
Great idea. Step one is start small. Don't try to speak long, complicated sentences at the beginning. Just practice short, daily expressions.
For example,
Like, "Good morning. How are you?" "I am fine, thank you." "See you tomorrow." These little sentences are like warm-up exercises.
yes. And once you're comfortable with small expressions, you can gradually build longer sentences.
Exactly. Step two is think in English. Many learners translate every single word in their head from Bengali to English. That slows them down.
Oh, yes, I used to do that. For example, before saying I am hungry, I would first think in Bengali, Ami khide peyeche, then translate. By the time I finished, the conversation had already moved on.
Yes. So the trick is practice thinking simple thoughts directly in English. Like, "It's hot. I like tea. I am tired." You don't need to translate everything.
Got it. What's step 3?
Step three, practice with a partner. Language is social. You can't improve by only reading books. You must speak with real people, even if it's just for 5 minutes a day.
Yes, and if you don't have a partner, you can still talk to yourself. Like, describe what you are doing. I am cooking rice. I am cleaning my room. This is simple but powerful.
Exactly. And listeners, remember, nobody became fluent in one day. It's a journey, and every small step counts. All right, Rupa. Now let's make this practical. Imagine we're at a restaurant. I'm the waiter, and you are the customer. Let's practice a short role play in English.
Okay, but please don't laugh if I make mistakes.
Mistakes are allowed. In fact, mistakes are welcome here. Ready?
Ready.
Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to our restaurant. How many people are with you today?
Good evening. Just me, one person.
Great. Here is the menu. What would you like to order?
I would like chicken fried rice and a glass of orange juice.
Sure. Would you like anything else?
No, thank you. That's all.
Perfect. Your order will be ready in 10 minutes.
Wow, that was easy. I actually feel confident saying those lines.
See? Ordering food is one of the most common real-life situations. If you can handle this, you're already improving.
And the good thing is, I can practice this alone at home. I can imagine I'm at a restaurant and say these sentences out loud.
Exactly. Roleplay is powerful. The more you repeat, the more natural it feels.
Okay, Shamim, let's try another situation. Many people struggle during job interviews in English.
Perfect idea. Let's do a mini interview. I'll be the interviewer, and you'll be the candidate. Ready?
Ready, but a little nervous.
Good morning. Please have a seat.
Good morning. Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Rupa. I graduated in business studies, and I love learning new skills. I am hardworking and friendly.
That's great. Why do you want to work in our company?
I want to work here because your company is well known, and I believe I can learn and grow. I also want to contribute with my skills.
Excellent. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I would like to know about the training opportunities for new employees.
Good question. We do provide training. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
That felt so real. I was nervous, but also proud. Exactly. Practicing interviews in English builds both language skill and confidence. Remember, keep answers short, clear, and positive.
And always prepare common questions like, tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? And what are your strengths?
Correct. If our listeners prepare these, they'll feel much more ready. Let's move to another important situation. Traveling abroad. Imagine you're at the airport talking to an immigration officer.
Okay, let's try.
Role play airport immigration. Good evening. May I see your passport, please?
Good evening. Yes, here it is.
Thank you. What is the purpose of your visit?
I am here for tourism. I want to visit museums and historical places.
How long will you stay?
I will stay for 2 weeks.
Where will you stay?
I will stay at Sunrise Hotel in the city center.
Great. Enjoy your stay. Welcome.
Thank you. That was so simple. These basic questions appear almost everywhere when you travel.
Exactly. And once you practice these dialogues, you'll never feel lost at the airport.
So, Shamim, we've done 3 role plays. But what about vocabulary and pronunciation tips?
Great question. Let me share a nugget. Chunking. Instead of memorizing single words, learn phrases or chunks. For example, instead of only learning the word hungry, learn the chunk I am hungry.
Oh, so we practice complete sentences, not just isolated words.
Exactly. This way, when you speak, sentences will come out naturally.
Any tips for pronunciation?
Yes. Record yourself. Take your phone, record yourself reading a short paragraph in English, then listen. Compare with native speakers. This is free and super effective.
Wow, I never thought of that. It's like being your own teacher.
Exactly. And don't aim for perfection. Aim for clarity. If people understand you, you are successful. Shamim, do you know one of the best ways to learn English is through storytelling?
Really? How?
Because stories are easy to remember. If you only study grammar rules, you'll forget. But if you listen to a story, the sentences stay in your mind. Let me tell you a short story.
Great! I love stories.
Story: The Lost Umbrella. Last week, I was walking to the bus stop. Suddenly, it started raining heavily. I opened my umbrella, but guess what? It was broken. The wind blew it inside out. Everyone on the street was laughing. I ran to a small tea shop and bought another umbrella. But after the rain stopped, I forgot it on the bus. So in one day, I lost 2 umbrellas.
That's so funny, but also sad.
Yes, but here's the point. While telling the story, I used simple past tense. I was walking, it started raining, I bought an umbrella, I lost it. Listeners can learn grammar naturally through stories.
That's brilliant. Instead of memorizing grammar tables, just listen to real stories and notice how verbs change.
Exactly. And anyone can practice this. Just tell your own daily stories in English. What happened yesterday, what you did in the morning, what funny thing you saw.
Yes! For example, yesterday I cooked pasta for the first time. I added too much salt and it tasted horrible. My brother said, "This is not pasta. This is ocean water."
Haha, that's so funny, but also sad.
Yes, but here's the point. While telling this story, I used simple past tense. I was walking. It started raining. I bought an umbrella. I lost it. Listeners can learn grammar naturally through stories.
That's brilliant. Instead of memorizing grammar tables, just listen to real stories and notice how verbs change.
Exactly. And anyone can practice this. Just tell your own daily stories in English. What happened yesterday, what you did in the morning, what funny thing you saw.
Yes. For example, yesterday, I cooked pasta for the first time. I added too much salt, and it tasted horrible. My brother said, "This is not pasta. This is ocean water."
Shamim, before we finish, I want to ask you something. Many learners feel demotivated. They start learning English but give up after a few weeks. What advice do you have?
That's a very important question. My advice is focus on progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself with native speakers. Compare yourself with your past self. If last month you could only say hello, but today you can say, "Hello, how are you? I'm fine." That's progress.
Yes, small wins lead to big success.
Exactly. Also, set realistic goals. Don't say, "I will be fluent in 3 months." Instead say, "I will practice English 10 minutes every day." That's achievable.
And reward yourself. After 1 week of practice, treat yourself with something you love. Maybe ice cream, maybe a movie.
Great point. Learning should be enjoyable, not punishment. If you enjoy the journey, you'll never quit. All right, let's recap what we learned today. First, we talked about the fear of speaking English and how to overcome it. Second, we practiced role plays, ordering food, job interview, airport travel. Third, we shared learning nuggets like chunking, thinking in English, and recording your voice. Finally, we told stories to show how grammar can be learned naturally.
Yes, and the most important lesson, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you're learning.
Dear listeners, thank you for joining us in this very first episode of the English Exchange podcast. We hope you enjoyed, learned, and laughed with us today.
If you liked this episode, please share it with your friends who want to improve their English. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new conversation.
Remember, English is not just a subject, it's a skill. The more you use it, the stronger you become.
See you next time on English Exchange Podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.